right, everybody, this is Robert Ferguson. What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? Well, today we're going to talk about gut health, and then we're opening it up. If you have questions about losing weight, if you have questions about certain meds, how you can get off a med, what are the concerns with the med, fitness, if you have any questions about both losing weight, I would say optimizing insulin and glucose levels, getting off medications, and just living your best and healthiest life. And what that means, how can I improve my sleep? What supplements are necessary that are like helpful and beneficial? I mean, you may have questions. And if you don't have questions, enjoy the show. Because joining me in this time that we spend together is one of the fellow certified nutrition, health, and weight loss coaches with the Diet Free Life methodology. Her name is Amy Prine, and she is going to have a conversation with me, and then we will both answer any of your questions. And if you want to reach out to Amy, you can. Just go to amyprine.com. If you want to reach out to me, you got questions, come to dietfreelife.com. And if you are ready to improve your health, I want to pause there for a second. If you are ready, and maybe Amy and I can actually begin our conversation talking about what does that really mean? Because I could stop and go, are you ready? Now, there are people who need to do something if they want to live longer. There's people who would benefit from doing something, but they may not be ready. Like I was talking to one of my clients this morning, Sandy. What's up, Sandy? And I remember a year ago when she was first my client, she just was on the fence. She wasn't ready mentally. Her mindset was not in a place. And what Sandy discovered is that even when we first started our work together, she wasn't 100% in the mindset. But what you can learn from that is that once you get started, the mindset will follow. Oftentimes people will wait and wait and wait before they get started with something because they want their mindset in the right place. Well, it may never get in the right place. Or you may find yourself in a situation where it's survival, and that forces you to have the mindset. You know, it's kind of like the person who doesn't want to fight or exercise, but as soon as they see someone they love trapped under a car, somehow they muster up the energy, the physical strength, the follow through to save that relative. I don't know, but I do know that there's many times where I don't want to work out, but once I begin working out, then I want to work out. Very rarely, unless you're in that zone, right? You hear people talk about endorphins, like the runner's high. When they have that, they can't wait. They're talking about it the whole day before, what they're going to do for a workout tomorrow. But not everybody has that. We want that. I would like to work out. I get that. But if you get started somehow, some way, then everything follows. And I'm talking mindset. And a lot of people don't know it, but the mindset is tied to the gut set. The gut set is tied to the mindset. People who get their gut and their gut health in a better place oftentimes get off antidepressants. People, when they have their gut in a better place, can burn more calories than if their gut was out of balance. These are the things that Amy and I will talk about. So without further delay, let's bring her out of the green room to the front room. What's up, Amy Prine?
Hey, Robert, how are you today?
I mean, how do you deal with my whole little rant in the background?
I thought it was awesome, and you nailed it. You honestly nailed it.
Okay. Well, I nailed it. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Well, give us an update on where you are. Like, what's going on with Amy?
All right. I am, as Robert said, Amy Prine, and I'm a nutrition and fitness coach, and I am working with clients. I do group coaching. I also do individual coaching. And now what's really growing for me is remote coaching. That's going very well. So people that aren't comfortable with the group training, that's working out very well for them and me. So more of a private time. So that's what's going on right here in Darlington.
Okay. Well, I put it out there, Amy, to everyone. If they want to come on and they have a question, we got a few people in the house. Sherry Hargis says, "What's up?" Someone says, "Hi, Amy," from the one of our Facebook groups. I can't see who it is. I don't see
Hi
their
there.
name because the names don't post up. They have to put their name in parentheses or something. If you're in our private group and you ask a question, if you want us to know who you are, then in parentheses, just put your name. And then I can acknowledge you and say, "Hey, Susie has a question," or "Hey, thank you for that advice, Paula," or whoever that may be. And anyway, it's still Sherry that had said
Sherry.
hi, Amy. She just wanted to say hi to you, Amy.
Hi, Sherry.
Okay, now you heard me mention a couple things about gut health. So we have the gut health challenge that kicks off on January 29th, which is a Monday, 2024. We always start our challenges like this. And this is the first time we're doing a gut health challenge. And I've had people ask me a lot of questions about it. So maybe you can represent the people and maybe ask questions that people may have. And at the same time, as two professionals, you and I can just have a conversation about the importance of gut health.
Okay.
So first thing is I'll bring up as a place to start is what's the difference between our gut health challenge and, let's say, a course, right? So the gut health challenge is a challenge, same as when we do an 8-week fat loss challenge. So you're challenged to follow a certain nutrition plan that ties in with better health. You're challenged to drink an adequate amount of water. Then you're given a plan on how to make that happen. You're challenged to eat in a way where you're improving your gut health. And we use the Diet Free Life methodology. So you're still making fat burning meals.
Right.
But at the same time, a person is learning. So there's lessons woven inside of the challenge. So you get the grocery list for fermented foods and why that's important. Then you can pick and choose from the grocery list on what you want to eat as part of the challenge that we know is helping your gut. There's no supplements involved. You don't have to take a supplement. We're using all food. So we take a food as medicine approach to improving the health of your gut. And I would stop here because I'm rambling, is when you eat the way we're going to recommend and your gut does get in a better place, we know scientifically that you burn more calories, you're more efficient with burning calories than if you didn't have a balanced gut. You absorb the nutrients. So let's say someone has a gut that's out of balance, which is most people. And let's say they're eating all the right foods. They're eating organic. They're spending all the money, Amy. They're willing to drive in 45 minutes each way just to get to a grocery store to buy the right healthy foods. But if your gut is out of balance, this is what we know. You're not absorbing all of those nutritious benefits of that food. So it's kind of like you're trying to do things almost like with a house that is not designed to optimize with these added features you want to have part of the house. So you got to get the house fixed if you want everything else to work. Where most people are running around, they're wondering why they're feeling tired. They're wondering like, man, I don't understand. Like I'm eating right. I feel like I'm doing everything right, but my sleep is off. And then once they get the right nutrients and their gut is in balance, then the sleep is better.
Mm-hmm.
Then the workouts are better.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Exactly.
what comes to mind, Amy? What's coming to mind, Amy? What's coming to mind?
A lot. Actually, I think that's really good how you said it. I did have not a client yet. Hopefully in the near future, she will be a client. But she had seen it and she was asking, now are you going to learn the methodology along with this?
Mm-hmm. So
okay.
if that's a question, the answer is yes.
Okay.
So everything that we do, so whether it's a fat loss challenge, whether it's a gut health challenge, whether it's whatever we're doing, even with the detox drop, people will learn the methodology. Will they be an expert? No. They're always going to do better to get with a coach.
Sure.
But they will learn the methodology because that's how we design the whole food plan.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions that have come to mind, or maybe do you want me, like, I mean, we're having a candid, we didn't rehearse anything. Like, we can
No,
talk about whatever.
no.
What would you like me to talk about, Amy, as far as gut health, or maybe you have a personal question? I mean,
No,
let's
I think
go.
what you're doing is how you're explaining it very well. So there's probably questions out there too. So if people want to type them in and ask, as you said before, gut health, and I never really, I really guess I never really thought about it. That you had said earlier that gut health also goes with the mind, and mind goes with the gut. And ever since you had told me that quite a while ago, I've really been focused on that, and that is that is so true. And if people would really start to listen to that and pay attention to what they're eating and um, how like I said, how they're actually feeling. Your gut health makes such a difference on what we put into our bodies. Meaning, like the course that you had said, food is medicine, medicine is food. I mean, it's all tied together. So people just really, I guess I'm really asking too that people really pay attention. Sign up for the course because you're going to learn a lot. A lot of health issues, most health issues come from our gut. So I think it's a wonderful challenge, and I'm excited to take part of it.
Okay, well, let's talk about the mental part. Let's talk about the mental part. And when I mean mental, like, because you hear a lot of people talk about mental health, right?
Yes.
Well, part of our mood, right, and our energy, and I know you know this, so I'm talking to the people who aren't aware of this. And when we talk about gut health, we're talking about the gut microbiome. And the gut microbiome, and we're talking about the gut, begins in my mouth all the way to my anus. So that long, small intestine that ties into the large intestine, the colon, that's all part of the gut microbiome. And all of these microbes that are in there, you're talking 38 trillion plus, that are in there, play a huge role in our overall health. Literally makes up 70% of our immune system. So if a person wants strong immunity, it's not about popping another thing of vitamin C.
Right.
It's about how healthy is your gut.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing that, and then knowing that serotonin, which is a big part of depression and as well as joy, when your gut is out of whack, then you have more mental challenges, right? So your
Exactly.
mental health is not where it would be if your gut was imbalanced. But how do we treat mental health? Depression. What comes to mind for you? How do most people treat mental health, Amy?
Antidepressants.
Antidepressant, which
Yep.
is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, meaning it's fake serotonin that you inject into your body. Well, what if I didn't want to inject serotonin? Where do I get serotonin? Is it the brain? Well, 93% of serotonin is produced in your gut microbiome. So if you want better mental health, then you want a better gut balance.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to wake up and have like excitement about how your day unfolds, you want better gut balance.
Gut health. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we could talk about this
Yes.
forever.
Yes.
So let's go, people. What are you waiting on?
Exactly. Exactly.
So
I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of people have noticed it, even through the holidays. With all of the extra food that we normally don't have, people ate extra, and I'm sure they noticed the. I mean, I will admit, I had some extra goodies, and the next day you don't feel mentally like you did prior to the holidays. So there's a lot to be said there.
okay, I'm just typing a little thing here as my notes. Okay, so then let me see. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna roll this. Look at that. Register for the Gut Health Challenge. Well, there you go. We have it. We have it.
You're good, Robert.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna make another little
It's
change
right
here.
there.
Right there. Let's put it right in front of people. Okay, now for you, what have you learned? I don't know, since we've been talking about the gut microbiome. I mean, you've learned a lot, but pick out one thing that
Oh,
got your attention as a coach and your training and understanding that you feel everybody would benefit from knowing when it comes to the gut health.
for me, the largest thing, and it may be the simplest thing, but what you put into your gut, what you put in your mouth, obviously ends up in your gut, and it affects your whole entire body. And to me,
Amen.
like I said, that is just so simple, but that says a lot right there. And
What?
then the other thing that we just talked about was the moods.
Yeah. See, I would, you know what, like what comes to mind for me, in addition to what you just said, is when you think about gut health and you understand how you can improve it and what takes away from it, you become more mindful,
Yes.
right? So if you're
Yes.
ignorant, meaning you're unaware
Hmm.
that drinking alcohol every night sterilizes your gut microbiome, the same as antibiotics. So if like most women understand that antibiotics are not good for you, like you want to be on them, we need them to live sometimes, but they're overprescribed. No one argues that. But we
Right.
know that antibiotics, even though they may help you live and help fight infection, antibiotics are horrible for your gut health. They're
Yes.
horrible, like bad, bad, bad.
Hmm.
Well, the same thing happens when you're drinking alcohol. So antibiotics wipe out your gut, all the healthy bacteria, and drinking alcohol, especially like consistently in large amounts. I'm not saying a glass of wine or two, but the person who's drinking, doing shots, doing vodka every night before bed, having like whatever whiskey or brandy, and they're like, and I'm not saying one, because if someone has one glass of brandy, one glass of vodka, that's not going to ruin your gut
Right. I'm
microbiome.
glad that you clarified that because I
Yeah,
know people will think that right away. So it's, if you have one, that's perfectly fine.
yeah, and then you space it out.
Everything, right. Everything in moderation.
Yeah, that's a good point. Great time to be bringing up the word moderation. Yes.
Right. Everything in moderation. And that's what I speak a lot of with my clients is, can I have this? Can I have this? And yes, you can have anything you want with the diet free life methodology, but always remember it's in moderation.
Yes.
So
Now here's something that most people won't know as they learn about the gut microbiome. And of course, in our challenge, people will learn this. But literally, and there's studies that support this, and I'll bring out all the receipts. I'll share with people the
yes.
studies.
Yes, you do.
Inside of 24 hours. So let's say that someone right now is sitting here watching us talk, and they're like, man, I was on antibiotics last week. Maybe I should do something about this. Man, I feel bloated. I know something must be going on in my gut. Let's just say that they're in that place. Here's the good news. In 24 hours, in eating the right things, your gut microbiome is totally different in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like 24
Unbelievable.
hours. Like we don't got to go 30 days. Like this is a 30-day
Mm-hmm.
program, but in 24 hours, your gut is in a much better place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you stay with the challenge, your gut will stay in that place. But if you eat and you get it better in 24 hours, and then the next 24 hours is jelly beans and donuts and pizza,
You're back to where you were.
boom.
Yes.
So it's like that's now the longer you take care of it, like, have you ever heard someone say that, and I'm totally about to just totally blow this, but I'm thinking like how things get better with time,
Yes.
right? Like I've heard someone say something like, yeah, I'm like a fine wine. I get better with time.
Yes.
Well, the more you're eating the way you learn in the challenge, it's like you're marinating a healthy gut microbiome.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting better and better. It's like I made black eyed peas for January, right? New Year's. And I will tell you every year, the black eyed peas are better the next day after they set in the sauce and marinated.
Yes, they are.
Same as that spaghetti. You make it today, and you have the leftovers, warm them up tomorrow, and for whatever reason, it is better.
Yep. The
Well, that's
flavors.
that's the same thing that happens with the gut microbiome. Every day that you're contributing to the microbiome, it's like a bank account. Your bank account grows. So every day that you're contributing to your microbiome and you're following and eating certain foods, you're still eating foods you enjoy, the microbiome gets better and better and better.
Exactly.
Like I literally had a pharmacist, and this is an interesting story. PhD, very smart, bright guy, very high level of insulin resistance as I'm coaching him. So that means weight loss is not happening fast.
Right.
And we don't want it to happen fast because in order to make it happen fast, we have to lose weight coming from skeletal muscle by just bringing his food intake way low, depriving him. We don't want to do that.
Nope, it's not going to work.
No, we want to eat regular food. We're thinking about all parts of a person's health, right? So this guy, even though we're not losing weight rapidly, we're working on improving his insulin resistance. So he becomes more insulin sensitive, which then weight loss will start to happen like a teenager. Out of nowhere, he tells me, "Hey man, I feel great." I go, "Wow, what happened this last week since I talked to you last?" "Oh, I'm off my antidepressants. It must be that thing you keep talking about with microbiome. I just feel so much better. My mood is better. My energy is better. The way I look at the world, my paradigm everything is better."
Wow.
And he was like, I attribute it. He goes, "Look, I'm paying you a lot of money, right? So he's paying me regular what I get paid. And it is a lot of money. And he was looking at, I'm paying this, but the weight ain't coming off. I'm trying to stay motivated because I'm paying this and I'm hoping to get this result. And I know we're making progress, but I'm not seeing the result yet, even though I know the result right now is the progress. But the fact that I'm off antidepressants
is huge."
He was like, "Dude, I would have paid you 10 times what I paid you." I was like, "Well, you can give me a tip."
Still can.
It ain't over.
Feel free.
But
Plus, he has the expense of the medication too.
Exactly. So that's gone. He's feeling better. And then, fast forward 5 months later, he started losing weight pretty consistently.
Once he got his insulin levels down.
Insulin down and his gut health got better.
Good for him.
The balance of the gut is better.
Yep.
And so with the challenge, my whole thing is, look, let's do the challenge. It's not going to be a course, but let's just do a challenge so that not only do people learn, but they do. So you have a plan to follow, and then you have a way to check your baseline, and you will know in the first 3 days if it's working for you or not.
Sounds good.
To me, everybody would benefit from something like the gut health challenge. And that's why we're making it available.
Yep, so. Absolutely. I was asked can you give an example of a typical day during this challenge?
That's a great question, Amy. And so I'm going to share this with you as a coach.
Okay.
And for any coach who's catching this, you have to be very careful how you answer questions like that. Because what happens is, remember, people come in with cognitive bias.
Yes.
Meaning they have a preconceived idea of what they believe is right or not, which means they have a preconceived idea of what is wrong. So if I mention certain foods and not give every possible option, many people will clue in like, yeah, I can't eat that.
Can't eat that, right?
And they will just see that because their mind will just go there to the negative, not realizing that we have multiple options, right? Because if I mention eating feta cheese being good for the gut,
I don't like that.
Someone will go, yeah, I don't eat feta cheese.
Yep.
Then I go, or blue cheese. Nah, I don't eat that either. Yeah, I don't think this is for me. Well, shit, I'm not done giving you the options. So I have to share principles. So the principle is you learn to eat regular everyday food. in a way where you're not missing anything, you're not starving, you're still eating regular food, but now you're eating the foods that we know 100% improve your gut health.
Gut health.
That's it.
Okay.
You know what
Perfect.
I mean?
Yes.
So that's what they're going to learn. Because if I
Yes.
mention fermented foods like sauerkraut, some people are going to go, oh man, I love sauerkraut. But someone else is like, nah, I don't eat no
Nah.
sauerkraut. Yeah.
They're going to turn up their nose.
Yeah,
Right.
so we lost them.
Right. They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. I mean, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying.
I do. I do.
But let's say that like apple cider vinegar with the mother, that's a fermented food.
Mhm.
Now, Bill Gates, from what I understand, just bought the company. I hope that's not true. Because who knows where it will go after that.
Exactly.
Right? So you have a little bit of conspiracy out there, and that's why we need to really understand fermented foods. And if you go back in time, this is what's really cool about history. What was life like when it came to food before we had refrigeration?
It's all nature.
Right? Before we had freezers,
They canned.
you only ate what foods were in your neck of the woods.
Right.
Because now we have refrigerated trains that can carry food. We have refrigerated trucks that can carry food from the East Coast to the West Coast. So we can put all different types of food in all different parts of the country. But before that, how did they preserve food? And a lot of it had to do with fermentation.
Right.
And you go back to 1905, 1910, nobody was having heart attacks.
Exactly. That's where my mind just went back way years back. We didn't have the health issues that we do now.
I was looking at a video last night from the 60s, and you couldn't see one person. It was like people on the beach, and I didn't see one person that wanted to lose weight. And then in the video, they showed, 2023. So I think it was like they did like a 1960 or 63. So you could see people on the beach, the exact same beach. In 2023, the people did not look the same.
I bet they didn't.
Like you were looking for the thin person in 2023. In 1963, you're looking for the heavy set person, overweight.
Yep.
And you couldn't find them.
Yep.
Crazy.
That's how much food has changed through the years.
It's changed. Yeah. It's like, what are they doing to the food? That's a good question.
Right.
Right. Like, what are they doing to the food? What are they adding to it? Right. Because you'll hear people say, I went to Europe and I came back 3 pounds lighter. We ate pizza and pasta the whole time. So but the ingredients that are allowed in the States aren't always allowed in foreign countries.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So
if we can eat as close to nature as possible. I mean, that's how I grew up. We had meat, potato, vegetables. It wasn't all this processed. We didn't go out to eat to restaurants. I mean, very seldom. Things have just totally changed in the food world. And hopefully you'll agree with me. I don't think it's all for the best. I think food has really taken a dive.
No, it has. And that's why people are interested in things like what we're doing, like the gut health challenge or getting with a coach. So I would say, it's one of those things. If you do something for 30 days, right? Do you create a habit? It's up in the air because the studies that I'm familiar with takes up to maybe close to 300 days to create a real habit, right? But somewhere in the past, people say, oh yeah, 21 days creates a habit. I remember when I was doing my very first infomercial, the producers, and as we were writing it, they loved that I wanted to start everybody off with a 21-day program. Right. That was like metabolism makeover. So we're going to make over your metabolism in 21 days. And if you went back and listened to every recording, if you looked at all of my wording, I never said you're going to create a habit.
No.
Everybody wanted me to say a habit because, it takes 21 days. I go, no. You guys are just regurgitating bullshit that ain't true. I go, real studies demonstrate some people can create a habit in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Think of a person who smoked cigarettes, Amy. And I bet you probably know someone who did this over the years. One day they woke up and they go, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And they just quit.
And they quit.
Never had a cigarette again.
Mindset.
Mindset, created a new habit, no cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it one? So then is it one day? Is it 21 days?
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different. I know sobriety centers, because I work with them, they put people in detox. And so that first 30 days is critical. And I believe that first 30 days gives people a real chance to make the change that they want.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Right? So our gut health challenge is 30 days long. And after 30 days, we give them some recommendations. Now, if they've been making fat burning meals, then all they got to do, they can bring in certain things. I mean, do I eat fried foods? Yes, I do.
Yes.
Do I eat them like Monday through Sunday? No, I do not.
No.
I mean, I may go, I don't know, a year. Like when I go see my mom and I talk her into making some fried perch. Okay, then I got some fried food.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm having a moment and my daughter wants to stop by Wendy's because she wants to get a Frosty. And I go, hey, can I split a fry with you?
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be those kind of moments, right? Because I'm due for a snack and I'm with her and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get some fries. So she eats some of the fries. I eat some of the fries. That's my snack. Is that going to ruin my gut that day?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. There again, it's back to moderation.
Moderation is the key. Yeah. Come on, everybody. All right. Anybody got questions for us before we get out of here? Because Amy's, you know what, Amy, I want to say thank you. Thank you for motivating me and saying, you know, because we talked about doing a live on Thursday. So the first Thursday of 2024, you and I got it in.
Yes.
So I want to say thank you,
Yes.
because I could have easily not done this live today.
Well, you're welcome. And I want to thank you. I appreciate your time and taking the time, not only for me, but for everybody.
Well, thank you. Now, is there anything you want to bring up while we're here? Do you have anything going on? Any offers? Like, are you looking for new clients? Anything you want to put out there?
Yeah, I put a post on today that I have openings for 3 clients. And I would actually like to, what I really, really would love to do, and I probably should actually talk to you more about this in private conversation. I think it would just be fun to have a person, and just almost like, what was that TV show with The Biggest Loser?
Yes.
You know, not that much in detail, but, have a person and just work. I just think it would be so much fun just to have that one person, besides all my other clients, but one person that is they're just ready to make a lifetime change. Someone that is 200% committed. So that's kind of what I really look forward to. With one of these 3 people. I have 3 slots open. So if anybody's interested in anything like that, I mean, it would be, I don't want to say tough, like The Biggest Loser or anything like that, but just really, really 100, like I said, 200% dedicated. I just think that would be so fun and interesting. And I just love to help people. So, and seeing the change is wonderful. I'm working with a client right now, and in 5 weeks, she was down 10 pounds, I think, and her body fat went down. So there again, you learn about the body composition. It's not all about the weight on the scale, but how your body, you're shedding fat and gaining more muscle. So yeah.
Well, I love what you're saying. And if we were in a coaching session, I would say, so Amy, you're 100% accurate on what you're saying. I support it 1,000%, if that was even possible. But I always keep in mind how people perceive what you're saying, right? So the average person and this is not a dig on anybody out there,
Sure.
but they do not understand body composition.
Right. Right. Take the time and explain that.
They really don't. And
Right.
even if you take the time to explain it, that's not going to get them to become your client. They will not be your client, even if you explain it. So then, okay, well, Robert, all right, let's say I hear you and I agree with you. And, because when I explain things, then maybe the people just aren't as receptive. I can tell by who calls me or emails me.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do it? Then I would say, you know what? Here's the sad part. You got to speak to what they want. You have to share information about what they want, right? So I know that there are people who wake up and they're living their life right now not feeling their best. They're a little depressed. They don't even understand why. So if I have a challenge, or you as their coach can help that, now you got their attention,
Mm-hmm.
because you're speaking to what they're dealing with.
What they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you look at, like, that's why when we were talking last time, I will watch an infomercial. I was talking to someone. I was like, I watched this 45-minute infomercial on this product. That the product is absolutely horrible, but that's not why I was watching it. I was watching it because I was intrigued with how they were advertising it. I wanted, because they're doing well, right? Here it is that you and I are giving people what they really would win with. But they're not breaking down the doors. You're not flooded with emails.
No.
But the ones like that, I think it was called Fitspresso.
Yes.
Well, Fitspresso, they're flooded with emails. They're flooded with orders. People are like, I want it. Here's my money. Put me in, coach. And it's bull crap. But instead of us beating them up, let's ask ourselves, okay, and maybe we can do this in our coach training, because it's like, if someone's getting a lot of attention, let's take a closer look at what they're doing, because we need to be doing that. And the difference is that when we do that, yeah, it may be a little bit of fluff and all that, but when we get people in our tent, we're going to give them the real deal. When they get people in their tent, whether it's Noom, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, Fitspresso, all of these lies, they're better at marketing. So they get people in. So instead of beating them up, we got to do what they're doing.
Without the lies.
Yeah, we know we're not lying.
Exactly.
Right? So we don't even have to have that conversation. So let's just focus on the marketing. And then if the marketing is where we need it to be, we got this. Come on.
Right.
Like, I know the gut health challenge, for instance. I know with everything that if I have 5,000 personal friends on Facebook, 4,980 of them have no idea about nutrition. And probably half of them really think they know nutrition. So they would never really come to me for nutrition, because they really believe
that they know.
And they don't know. When it comes to nutrition, they don't really know shit.
Mm-hmm.
But they are the ones who are buying with all the crap on TV. So you got to market to the people who are ignorant and stupid. And I'm not being mean.
No, you're not. No, you're not. But like I said last week too, is the majority of people, not everybody, but the majority of people want that, what I call the magic pill. They just want the easy way out. And that's really sad.
So that's the part, and it is sad. But Amy, this is what I want you to start. Think about this, and we can talk about it later.
Okay.
Think about marketing the magic pill. I got to get you guys as coaches to market the magic pill.
Okay, let's do it.
Now, it's not that easy, right? Because when you and I talk later, I can tell you that we're going to have more of a conversation about this, because I experienced it in 2005.
Okay.
right? So 19 years ago, when I was introduced and they were like, hey, we have the name of your program. It's going to be called Food Lovers Fat Loss. Eat all the foods you love and lose weight every single week. I had a problem with that. 19 years ago, I was like, I'm having a hard time with this. And they're like, what do you mean? What's a hard time? I go, then somebody was thinking I can eat pizza. I can eat fucking bagels, cream cheese. I can drink alcohol. I could just eat crazy. Don't give a shit. And you're telling me I'm still going to lose weight? I was like, I have a problem with that. And the two owners of the company when I was working with, they were like, no, you got to look at it differently. I was like, okay, how do I look at that differently? It's marketing, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
It's marketing.
Marketing is key.
And then the guy goes, one of the owners, he says, can you help a person eat what they like and what they love? And I go, yeah. He goes, okay, then we're good. Let us get them in, and then you give them the integrity of your program. That changed my entire understanding of marketing.
Sure.
And
right,
for
that
any of you, anyone who's hearing what I'm saying, anyone who's listening, rewind what I just said. Go back 30 seconds because that is the game changer, what I just said.
Mm-hmm. It is a key.
Oh, I mean, I can wake up. That was the game changer.
Right.
Because I can, but everything in me wanted to advertise and market better health, closer to nature. At the time, nobody was interested in that.
Right. Right.
So we have to speak when we do marketing. When you put on your marketing hat, you have to speak to what people want to hear, what's going to get them interested. Now, once we get them in, we both know that everybody's happy. When we're coaching people, they are happy with what we're doing for them.
Yes.
And when they go to other people, and for those of you who have gone to other people, you know what I'm saying, because you want to come back. You know what it feels like when it ain't the real deal. Once you experience real, it's hard to be okay with something that's not real.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be with something that's real.
Exactly.
It's your life. I mean, I'm ready to go off. So let me just stop here. Let me stop right now.
Stop here. Stop
actually,
right now.
I have a meeting I got to go to, actually. So
I do too.
But anyway, thank you, Amy. I appreciate you.
This was fun. Thank you.
So will I see you in our coach training later?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And if not, just let me know. But I'm gonna reach out. I want you and Susie to join me because as you know, I emailed you. We've updated the curriculum, so we want to go over that.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Last words from you, Amy. Anything you want to say before we say bye?
I just hope people that are listening will go back and re-listen because your gut health is so important. It's. I mean, I found that out myself. So, this was a good one. So thank you, Robert.
All right. Well, thank you. All right, you guys. We love you. Thank you. Reach out to Amy Prine. You can go to amyprine.com. And of course, you can reach me at dietfreelife.com. And we both offer free consultations. So
yes.
Amy's great. So whether you live in Australia, India, Philippines, or anywhere in America, Canada, we can coach you.
Yes.
That's the beauty of this. So,
and I would love to.
So reach out. Amy's looking for somebody, especially if you're ready to do it now. Let's go.
That's right.
Give Amy a call. All right. Talk to you later, Amy.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, you guys. Until the next time, I'm Robert Ferguson. That's Amy Prine. Peace out.